To everybody. So good morning, good evening, good afternoon to everyone on the call. I am Judy Friedman Kadish. Most of you know me. If not, pleased to meet you. We have not been doing Zooms lately, and we have been doing something called AFSI Talks, which goes out on our email. However, if you would like to see the AFSI Talks, they are on our YouTube page, as all of our recorded sessions end up on our YouTube page very quickly. So you can go through them and see, see what you'd like to see. So I just want to tell you a little bit about AFSI. I've gotten messages lately that AFSI is more important now than ever. We have always been for a safe, strong, secure, safe Israel. In the words of Jabotinsky, who is one of our, thought founders, although he wasn't with us in person, in order to deal with things in the Middle East, you must have an iron wall, which means that might makes right. And we have always felt that it should be either a mighty Israel or perhaps, just a very, very well protected Israel. But it looks like these days to live in this neighborhood, you must be very, very strong and very cunning. So I am happy to resume the Zoom talks that we left off with sometime early summer. I don't know, some of you know that I have had become a grandmother. I have been, I had some problems and I was in the hospital and recuperating, and my dear brother Kenny helped nurse me back to health. So I'm excited to have our first Zoom of at the end of 23, so that we don't go out without a last one. And I have here with me someone very interesting, Shmuel Wende. Shmuel is only 29 years old. He's married to Oshrit, and they have 4 children. Shmuel has been learning in the Homesh Yeshiva since who knows when. For the past 4 years, he is the director of the yeshiva. Part of his activities in the yeshiva include working for canceling the disengagement law and rebuilding the settlement of Homesh. I am going to let him show you a short movie that will give you a little bit of the feeling of the history and the progress. Now, AFSI was there on a mission in May, and I must tell you that when I saw the progress, it has been like an overnight wonder. But let Shmuel tell you more about it. Shmuel?
Hi, Judy. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Is it okay to say a few words before the movie?
Absolutely.
Great. So first, thank you very much for Judy to have me here. I met her just 2 weeks ago when I were in the United States. Next time, I will be happy to meet you too. Homesh. I came to Homesh, started in Homesh about 10 years ago, a bit more. I got married at 19 years old, and then I and my wife decided this is the time to go to Homesh and to help Homesh settlements to come back and to build again the settlement in Homesh. A bit of history. about Homesh settlement. Homesh was established in the beginning at 1980. We had about 70 families until 2005. In 2005, all of you know, that we had a disengagement and the government destroyed all of the settlements in Gaza and also 4 settlements in northern Samaria. One of them is Homesh. Homesh, Sanur, Ganim, and Kadim. Immediately after the disengagement, when they destroyed everything, nothing was left there. No houses, no children, nothing, only roads and staircases to houses without any houses. So immediately we started to think, how we going to come back? The families who lived there started to think how we going to come back to our holy land. In the first year of the disengagement, the family decided, let's go back to Homesh with thousands of people. In Chol HaMoed Pesach, in the Independence Day, Yom Ha'atzmaut, in the summer holiday, thousands of people came to Homesh. Many thousands of people came to Homesh. But all of those 3 days that we have holiday, what we do when the holiday will be finished, everyone will go back home, everyone will go back to school, to work. Who will come to Homesh? So we decided, let's establish a yeshiva student in Homesh. Okay, it's a nice idea, but what student would like to come to learn in Homesh? We don't have in Homesh no electricity. They destroyed everything. No houses, no water, and nothing. This is why it wasn't easy in the beginning. We had only 1 student, 2 students, and after a few weeks, those students left, and we needed to look after other students. Slowly, 1 student came, 2 students came, 3 students came, until we had the rabbi, Rabbi Elishama Cohen, who came to Homesh. He lived in Harasha, 1.5 hours drive to Homesh every day. When he came to Homesh, he drove past another yeshiva, another settlement, and he brought with him 2 students. Every day, other students. Sunday, he drove by Bat Yam, and he took with him 2 students from Bat Yam. Monday, he drove by Karnei Shomron, and he brought with him 2 students from Karnei Shomron. Every day when he came to Homesh, he brought with him other students. And slowly, the yeshiva grew. I remember when I was about 16 years old, I learned in Bet El, and I got a phone call from a friend of mine. And he asked me, Shmuel, can you come to Homesh for Shabbat? We need 10 people. We need a minyan for davening. And I said, yes. I didn't know what we have in Homesh. It was the first time I'm going to Homesh. I remember when I came to Homesh the first time, I was shocked. I came to a place that I thought it a yeshiva student. And I see people learn outside, under trees, in the winter, inside caves, without any water. They brought with them jerry cans of water, without electricity. They had little lights with them, with nothing. I remember I was shocked, but we had a wonderful Shabbat. And 1 week afterwards, I got another phone call on a first day. Shmuel, can you come again for Shabbat? And I said, yes. And 1 week after, again, can you come again for Shabbat? And I say, yes. 2 or 3 months after the first time I went to Homesh, I got a phone call. I thought, okay, the same phone call like last week. And my friend asked me, Shmuel, can you please organize this Shabbat in Homesh? And I said, okay, what should I do? He said, you need to find someone to cook the food. You need to find 10 people to come that you have minyan for davening. And you need to find someone with a gun to come to security the place of Homesh. And I said, yes. 16 years old. I started talk with many friends of mine, and Baruch Hashem, in the end, we managed to bring 10 people, a friend with a gun, and we had a wonderful Shabbat. Slowly, I got closer to Homesh until what I said before. When I got married, I and my wife decided to come to learn in Homesh. I became a student in Homesh Yeshiva. And then we had 10 students, 20 students, 30 students. Slowly, the yeshiva grew and grew and grew. And Baruch Hashem, we built a few tents. We didn't build any buildings, only tents, because the government destroyed what we just built. Many times, hundreds of times, they destroyed our places. This is why in the winter we learned inside caves, because we didn't have where to learn in. This was until December 21. 2 years ago, a friend of mine, if you heard about him maybe, Yehuda Dimentman. 16 of December 21, when we finished learning in Homesh in the end of the day, before everyone go back home, some of the students sleep there, but everyone who got married already, so every end of the day, they drove back to Shomron. They didn't have any. We don't have people who live this yet in those days. Only the people who didn't get married. But everyone who got married in the end of the day, they drove back to Shomron, the closest settlement, 15 minutes drive. When he finished learning, he said to everyone, "Yes, I did a siyum. I finished Masechet." We asked him, "What Masechet did you finish?" And he said to us, "I didn't finish a whole Masechet, a whole book. I finished only one page. I need to be happy on every page we learned in Homesh." We didn't understand what he means. But a few minutes afterwards, when they got inside the car and started driving back home to Shomron, to his wife and to his child, in the entrance of Homesh, Arab terrorists waited for them and started shooting on them 40 bullets, 20 bullets on the car, and Yehuda Dimentman got a bullet on his neck. The driver, called Neria Shlomo, immediately called me and shouted to me in the phone, "They're shooting on us, shooting on us, shooting on us." I went to the car, started driving fast towards them, and I remember when I met them, when we took out from the car Yehuda Dimentman to the ambulance, but a few minutes afterwards we got the bad message that Yehuda Dimentman was killed, was murdered. This was on a first day night. Motzei Shabbat, immediately after Shabbat, we sat, all of the people of Homesh, to think what we can do for Homesh, because we heard that the government said Homesh is a very dangerous place. We need to destroy the place. We heard on the news the mom of the Arab, of the terrorist attack. She said in the news, "I'm so happy what my son did, because only like that the Jews will learn that this land is ours." And we said to ourselves, we can't let the government destroy Homesh again. So we sat to think what we can do. And a friend of mine said, "Let's come to Homesh in the end of the Shiva to do a big demonstration in Homesh. Let's bring 2,000 people." And we laughed on him. We don't know to bring 2,000 people. We don't know to bring even 500 people. How are we going to bring 2,000 people? We spoke for a few hours, and I remember suddenly a friend of mine from Itzar came inside without being invited. And he said to us, "Guys, you must bring, in the end of the Shiva, 10,000 people to Homesh." And we laughed. How are we going to bring 10,000 people to Homesh? We don't know to bring 2,000 people. But he said, you must. If you don't do it, the government will destroy the place again. You must, you must, you must. We spoke for another few hours until we said, okay, we will do it. Only together. Together, Be'ezrat Hashem, with God's help, we will manage. In the morning, instead going to Homesh to learn, we asked all of our students, please, we need your help. We need your help to bring, in the end of the Shiva, 10,000 people to Homesh. All of the students. Some of them went down south. Some of them went up north to all of the settlements, to all of the yeshivot, boys and girls, to ask people, to tell people, we must have your help. You must come to Homesh in 5 days' time. We need your help, that the government won't destroy Homesh. And in the end of the first day, we know that 10 buses we have already, Be'ezrat Hashem, that they said that they will come. In the second day, we had already 30 buses. Tuesday, Wednesday afternoon, Baruch Hashem, I got a phone call from my friends that we have already 150 buses who are going to come tomorrow to Homesh. And I said to them, stop, I don't know how to pay to so many buses. But when the Rabbi Lishama, heard that I said to stop, he said to me, Homesh is not yours. Homesh is not our land. Homesh is God's land. It's of all of Am Israel. You can't tell anyone, don't come to Homesh because you don't have how to pay the bus. Tell everyone, come, and Be'ezrat Hashem, God will help us. So we continued. And in the end, in the first day, we had 180 buses and also 1,200 cars, families' cars, who came to Homesh. We had more than 15,000 people, between 15,000 people and 20,000 people who came to Homesh by foot. Why by foot? We had so much traffic. So everyone stopped the car in the settlement Shavei Shomron, about 10 miles from Homesh. And all of them went by foot to Homesh. My parents, 60 years old, came and walked from Shavei Shomron 10 miles to Homesh. People came with wheelchairs 10 miles to Homesh. And it was in the winter. We had rain. All of the people who came to Homesh got to Homesh wet, very wet. But everyone had a nice smile on the face because they managed to come to Homesh. And Baruch Hashem, we heard that the government said, okay, we can't destroy now Homesh. Let's wait a bit. A bit? Until when? Let's wait to the end of the Shloshim, 30 days. Let's wait. Okay, so we must do another thing in the end of the 30 days of the Shloshim. Now in Jerusalem. So again, we went from yeshiva to yeshiva, from school to school, boys and girls. We must have your help again. Please come again to Homesh. And in the end of the Shloshim, we had another demonstration in Jerusalem with 10,000 people who came to Jerusalem. And then the government said again, let's wait a bit. We can't destroy now. And then we did another demonstration in Chol HaMoed Pesach, and again 15,000 people came to Homesh by foot. Slowly, people heard about Homesh, and we started working to delete the disengagement law, that everyone will be able to come to Homesh eagerly. And Baruch Hashem, after many months, we tried and worked about to delete the disengagement law. In March, the few months ago, we managed to delete the disengagement law. And today, everyone, every Jew, every one of us can come to Homesh eagerly. Baruch Hashem.
Baruch Hashem.
Baruch Hashem.
Shmuel, why don't we, this is a perfect time, I think, for you to show the movie.
Okay, so I will show the movie. One more sentence. We will sit inside the movie, but immediately, okay, afterward, Judy asked. 1 minute. Can you see it now?
Yeah.
Wait.
I can't hear it.
Have to turn up the volume.
1 minute, 1 minute. 1 minute. Okay, again.
Homesh, a settlement in northern Samaria, was established in 1980 and was home to around 70 families. In August 2005, the government decided to evacuate settlements in northern Samaria and Gush Katif as part of the disengagement plan. All that remains are desolate roads and empty staircases. A year later, Homesh Yeshiva was established. For more than 17 years, this group has held on to the land of Homesh.
בימי הגירוש הבטחנו לעצמנו שנחזור הביתה. אף אחד לא ידע באיזה ציור זה יקרה, כמה זמן זה ייקח, אבל זה ברור שכיוון שזה דבר כל כך אמיתי, אם נדבק המקום הזה, יום אחד עם ישראל יחזור אליו. מה אומרים לנו? אתם ליסטים. התשובה צריכה להיות קודם כל תשובה בתוכנו, פנימית. אנחנו נמצאים פה כי יש פה מצווה להיות פה.
Homesh Yeshiva was demolished over 300 times throughout the years, but we're not giving up.
יהודה, אני מבקש את תפקידך. אם לא פעלתי משהו נכון, אני לא יודע, פעלתי מה שיכולתי. אני לא יודע מה היה שם. אני עשיתי מה שיכולתי.
The pain caused by the attack drove us into action, and the return to Homesh became a symbol in Judea and Samaria. Thousands of people marched to Homesh, demanding that the Israeli government allow us to return and rebuild the Homesh settlement. The persistence of the Homesh Yeshiva led to the cancellation of the disengagement law in the Knesset, allowing the lawful return of Jews to Homesh and northern Samaria.
החוק עבר בקריאה שלישית.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהחיינו, קיבלנו והגיענו לזמן הזה!
Immediately after the disengagement law was overturned, the yeshiva began building the settlement, including a permanent structure for the study hall and residential buildings for families.
Okay. Can you hear
Thank
me?
you. Yes.
Okay. So like you see, Baruch Hashem, we came back. It's only the beginning because we want to bring many more families to Homesh. Today we have, Baruch Hashem, 3 families in Homesh. In the last few months, they came. In the last 2 months, we started building safe rooms because in October 7, I was in Homesh We were in Homesh about 150 people, guys and women, children, everyone. In the end of the 7th October, we got a message from the army that 50 terrorists are Arab terrorists on the way to Homesh. So all of us, we didn't know what to do. So we went to the army base. We have in the last year an army base in Homesh. But we didn't have also in the army base, no safe rooms. Baruch Hashem, in the end, nothing happened because many soldiers came to Homesh and helped us, and they didn't came in the end. But I decided that we must build in Homesh safe rooms. So in the last 2 months, we started building safe rooms in Homesh. I didn't finish yet, but Bezrat Hashem, we will continue. Bezrat Hashem. So, Judy, if someone wants first to ask questions, or you want to ask questions,
Can I ask you a question?
yeah.
Okay, I'm calling from Toronto. And I wanted to ask you, what is the source and the meaning of the word Homesh?
So like Homesh in Hebrew is 5.
Yes,
And-
Homesh.
Yeah, and in the Torah, we have Chameshet Benot Tzlofchad. Chameshet Benot Tzlofchad from Shevet Menashe. And Homesh, this is the area they got this land.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay, so I think most of you are muted. And so we'll kind of do this so that, thank you very much for your question. It was a very good one. But I think we'll do this because we have people submitted questions over the last couple of days. And I know that Helene wanted to start off with a question that she had. Helene?
Thanks. Just quickly, I know that there is, there's got to be a motivation behind the decision to keep going back, given the pressures on people from the day of disengagement. What do you think motivated so many people to come and stand behind you?
So look, when we understand that if we want to do nothing, so the government will destroy many more settlements. I live today near Homesh, in Shomron, only 10 miles from Homesh. If we want to come back to Homesh, so nothing, so we don't, they will destroy also Shomron, and also Kdumim, and also Elon More, and also Ariel. If you understand the important place of Homesh, I will just tell you, I just looked in the map of Israel. Northern Samaria is much bigger than all of Gaza twice. Much bigger. If you look in the map of Northern Samaria, is much bigger than Gaza. Northern Samaria is only 23 miles from Tel Aviv, 23 miles from Haifa, 11 miles from Hadera, 9 miles from Netanya. It's so close to everywhere. If we want to go back to our Holy Land, I don't want to think what we will have in Northern Samaria. Much worse than what we have today in Gaza.
Wow. That's a scary thought, for sure.
But we can take Hashem.
Yes, it will not happen. So I'm going to ask some of the questions that came in for this Zoom. They came in as early as Tuesday, July 25th. Pesach Rogaway asks, what in Jabotinsky's ideology has had a direct effect on Beitar members? Which of those points had an effect on you? Are you aware of Beitar?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
But
So I think Pesach must be. As a leader of Beitar leadership, what do you think Jabotinsky would be proudest of today?
Look, everyone who like Israel, like Homesh. I don't know. It's hard to say what people many years ago would say, what they would say today, but for sure, many of them will probably come together with us.
Okay, I apologize. I asked that from the last the last meeting. So he again is the first one to ask, are there any hopes, plans for resettling the other settlements?
1 minute, let me close the door. 1 minute. Yeah. We called Homesh Tchila. In Hebrew, we call it Homesh first. Homesh first, we always laughed that we don't know what will be happening in Homesh, but Homesh is an idea. We want to come back to all of Israel. When we finish Homesh, we need to go to other places to build them also, to build them too. So we hope, Be'ezrat Hashem, to manage to build Homesh and to continue to all of the places in Israel, Be'ezrat Hashem.
Is the Homesh resettlement, has it been helped or hurt, or how is it related at all to what's happening in Gaza?
We started building it before the war, but like I said before, we continued in the last few months that we started building the safe rooms.
Right.
So for us, is a lot. It's a lot because we don't have today many buildings. So another 3 safe rooms, it's a lot. And Be'ezrat Hashem, we hope to have in these buildings another 3 families. Be'ezrat Hashem.
In the safe rooms?
Yes.
Okay.
Every
So Google says, are Israeli settlements legal under international law? No. They say all settlements and outposts are considered illegal under international law as they violate the 4th Geneva Convention, which bans an occupying power, which Israel is not an occupying power. Israel is in the land that legally was given to them. I'm sorry, I'm giving my own commentary, but so it bans an occupation. So this doesn't apply. This does not apply to Homesh. Because in 1967, Israel reclaimed this territory. It did not occupy it. It did not conquer it. It reclaimed it. So it is Israeli territory. I'm sorry, I may have cut you off, but I just couldn't let that go. Phil Rosenblatt wants to know how many boys are learning now in the yeshiva.
So today we have in Homesh 50 students in Homesh. For us, is a lot. And I want to say, to tell you that only in the last 2 weeks, we had about 5 students who came to Homesh. So Baruch Hashem, Homesh, since it became to be eagerly, many people come, and many people come to visit Homesh. Many people come to visit. In the last Sukkot, few days before the 7th of October, we had many people also from Israel and also from Russia and also from the United States who came to Homesh, Baruch Hashem. This is the time also to ask and tell every one of you, when you come to Israel, please have my number. Afterwards, Judy will give you my number and call me, and I will take you and your family to a tour in Homesh. For us, it's very, very important that every one of you will come to visit Homesh and to see what we have there in your eyes.
Okay. Are any of the Homesh students currently fighting in Gaza or on the Lebanese border?
Yes, we have few students from Homesh Yeshiva now in Gaza. I have a friend of mine who got also injured quite hard, and I hope to visit him in the first time when I can. We have many students now in the army, many of them.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. but the yeshivas move on.
Yeah. Well,
What happens when they come back? Do they have to just catch up, or do they just go in where everybody's going?
they go in where everyone is.
Oh, okay. All right. So Sherry Bolliker asked a question, but I think I answered it. Sherry, you'll let me know if my answer wasn't sufficient. Let's see. Given the events of 10/7, have the requirements for safe rooms changed?
What? I didn't understand again.
Given the events of the Gaza,
7 October.
about the horrible things that happened in Gaza, the tragedy of Gaza, have the requirements for safe rooms changed at all?
In Homesh, you mean?
For everywhere, but like, have you had to comply with different rules?
Not really, but we want to have all what we need, that if Chas v'Shalom, something will happen, so we will have all what we need. So we have the army in Homesh, we have safe rooms, we have students with guns, we have helmets. So we do all what we can, that if Chas v'Shalom something will happen, so we will know to save our students and families.
Okay. Another question. Has the US or the greater international community been putting pressure on Israel or Homesh for further disengagement in 2023, maybe even later?
Yeah, they didn't. US didn't like it, but if we do what we need, so nothing will happen. And Baruch Hashem, we delete the law, and nothing happened.
When you
Baruch Hashem.
said they didn't like it, who are you referring to? The United States?
Look, of course, the government of the United States, not everyone, yeah.
Not
So,
everybody, right?
Yeah.
Yes, the government. We actually have a government that's separate from the
Yeah.
civilians.
Yeah.
Yes. So, and internationally, like France and
So,
Germany, and no,
Baruch
nothing.
Hashem, we didn't talk about it in many places in the world, only in Israel. We didn't want that people will talk about it in all of the world, but in Israel, Baruch Hashem, in the last 2 years, since Yehuda Dimentman was killed, so Baruch Hashem, everyone understood that we must come back.
So, did the court specify any particular things you had to do in order to build in Homesh? You said you had you were able to build a Beit Midrash and you were able to build dormitories. Was it just like, put out a notice and we'll hire people and
No.
they'll come?
So I don't know how it's in United States, but in Israel, also if you have a place legally, so you need many. It's not called insurance. In Hebrew we say insurance, but it's not in English. But we need many. Also, when it's legally, you can't build straight immediately. You need to wait that everyone will say, okay. So we don't have it yet. We're working on it. We will have it, Be'ezrat Hashem, I hope, quickly, but we can't wait.
Are you talking about permits, like building permits?
Yeah.
Like permission? Let's say that you met
Permission.
this, yes,
Permission,
okay.
yeah. So we still don't have the permission, but immediately when we delete the law, so we started. We can't wait in Homesh. When we can, so we can do. So we start. If I can do something this week, I will do it this week. This is why when the war started, immediately I built safe rooms, because I know in this war I can build safe rooms. So when we have the permissions and we're working on it, and Be'ezrat Hashem, we will have permissions, I hope, in the very fast. So we will build much more, Be'ezrat Hashem.
And did you demolish the previous buildings that were the lean-tos or whatever you wanted to call? I know you called them like a Fifth Avenue hotel, but are those all gone now?
When Judy came to Homesh, I showed her the tent we had, a big tent. For us, it was about not 5 stars, it was 100 stars because we learned many years inside caves. So to see a big tent, it was like a hotel in Homesh. So we don't have it today. When the government deleted the law, so we build the Beit Midrash and all of the other tents. We don't have it today.
And did you build right in the same place that they had been?
Very close, about 200 meters from where we were
Did you
before. But
because I saw the picture and I don't remember anything that like on that downward slope.
It's on the same mountain, but on the other side, but very close.
Okay.
Yes.
And so there were no problems with ownership?
Baruch Hashem. Baruch Hashem, no.
Baruch Hashem, yes. And did you, like, how long did it take you to build each building?
Look, when the government delete the law, so like I said before, we don't have yet the permission, but we had a little permission to build the Beit Midrash. The permission was for one night. So in one night, we brought to Homesh many trucks, many trucks to Homesh, and in one night we built the big Beit Midrash, a big road, about 400 meters road, 4 dorms for the students, a water tower, and also solar panels for electricity. All of those things we did only in one night because we knew that in the second night we won't have any permission to continue, so we must do it in one night. It wasn't easy.
I can't imagine.
Yeah, we
how many workers?
About 100 workers came to Homesh to help us. Many.
Very nice. Very nice. Volunteers?
Some of them, yes, and some of them we paid them.
So, how do you feel about your security fence at this point? Does it, you
No.
feel that you have
So
the security?
I will tell you 2 things about it. First, I'm not scared. We have in Homesh a big base. When the government deleted the law, so Baruch Hashem, they built a big base in Homesh. Today we have 70 soldiers in Homesh. So first, Baruch Hashem, I'm not scared. Second, maybe you will be shocked, but the people in Homesh, they don't afraid to be killed for Israel. We don't want to, but we also don't afraid. So first, we don't afraid because we have soldiers who keep on us security, but also if Chas v'Shalom something will happen, we don't afraid because we're sure that we do the right thing for all of Israel.
Okay. But I know that you're very ambitious. You are. Why are you making that face? And you have many, you plan, you have visions for what should be. And can you give us an idea of how we can help and what we can do to help you?
Many people ask me. First, thank you for the question, because the most important thing I say to everyone, come and visit. Come and visit, because what we managed to do in the last year, when the government deleted the law of the disengagement, it was only because that thousands of people came to Homesh, all sorts, from Israel, from United States, from Russia, from many places. When when thousands of people come to Homesh, the government understands that they must rebuild Homesh, must delete the law. So first, when you come to Israel, come to visit Homesh. I hope and I'm sure that you will have a good time. Second, we need to build Homesh. We need to continue build Homesh. Also the safe rooms. I didn't finish it yet. I already started, but I didn't finish. To continue, I came to United States 1 week ago for donations. But this is why I also ask Judy if you know how to help me. If you know how to help us for donations, we have also a receipt tax for United States. We need to continue to build Homesh. We need to continue build the safe rooms, to build more houses for more families. We have many families who want to live in Homesh, but we don't have buildings. We need to build more security things, more electricity. It's not enough only solar panels. It's not enough the water we have today. You know how we have today water? We're still not connected to the water of the government. Every day, we have a truck who go to Homesh twice for water. We don't have still, we don't connect it yet to the water of the government. So if you can donate to us, for us, it will be a lot, but we will manage to continue rebuild Homesh Tchila, Homesh first, and Be'ezrat Hashem to continue to many more places.
Do you have a place you can recommend for online donations?
Yes, I have a link that I can send. Do you want me to?
Yeah, you
send?
could just tell me what it is.
I need to send you the link, and you will send to the friends.
Okay.
This is the best thing, because if you donate by the link, so you get the receipt immediately a few minutes after you donate the money. 1 minute. I will send it to you 1 minute. Garbage.
I would think you have that, ingrained in you, like you think of it in your sleep.
Yeah. 1 minute. 1 minute. We don't have here a lot of. Yeah. Okay. I send it to you by WhatsApp if you see it, so you can send it to all of the friends here, and I will be very thankful to you if you will be a part of us. But the most important, like I said before, most important, come and visit Homesh. And also, if you're able to donate for the continue of building Homesh, for us, it will give us the option to continue to finish the safe homes, to bring more families to the safe homes. Today we have only 3 families. It's a lot, because for many years we didn't have even not 1 family. We didn't have almost none students, but today we have already 50 students and 3 families, and we want to have many more. So if you have the option, for us it's a lot. Be'ezrat Hashem.
Okay, so I am going to put on the organization. Well, you go to the Neiman Foundation.
Yeah, but you need to do it only in the link I sent it to you, because the big organization of the Neiman Foundation has many organizations inside. So you need to have this link.
Okay, I need to take a picture of this and send it out to everybody. Okay, that's what we'll do when we send you a follow-up and a thank you for attending. It will come with this page.
And Judy, if you can, when you send it to them, send also my number. So when they come to Israel, they will know to come.
Oh, you want them to have your phone number and your email address?
Yes.
Okay, all
So
right,
thank you very
that's
much.
great. But it really, when you showed me some of the things that had gone on during the 5 months since we were there, I was just overwhelmed, because it's night and day.
People in Israel didn't believe that we will manage. People laughed on us for many years. I remember 10 years ago when I came to Homesh, many friends of mine laughed on me. What, you going to Homesh? You think you will manage to build Homesh? And I told them I don't know if I will manage. But one thing I'm quite sure, that I know that I do the right thing. So if I do the right thing, the God of Hashem, with God's help, we will manage. And Baruch Hashem, it took many years, but after 18 years, we managed to come back to live in Homesh, Be'ezrat Hashem.
Okay, can you also give us a link or give me a link to the
Video.
film?
Yes, I will send to you.
Okay. So I have a question, and it's I know that there were many hundreds of thousands of, or maybe not, so there were 10,000, 15,000 Israelis who walked 10 miles and then walked up the road. And all I can say is that Israelis are really in good condition. Or new visitors to Homesh, are they allowing, cars and buses to come up to the top, or must you still walk?
Since the disengagement law was deleted, so we can go to Homesh with cars, with buses. Every one of you, if you want to come to Homesh, you can come until Homesh settlement, until the yeshiva. When Judy came to Homesh a few months ago, they didn't let her to come inside. They needed to walk quite a long time, many people. But today, everyone can come to Homesh by car or by bus. We have today also buses for the children who live in Homesh. We have buses in the morning to school, and in the lunchtime, they come back with bus, Baruch Hashem, every day.
And that's a Yossi Dagan
yes.
help.
Yeah, so a lot of help. Only yesterday he came to Homesh. Yesterday it was exactly 2 years from when Yehuda Dimentman was murdered. So we did a big thing in Homesh, and also Yossi Dagan came to be together with us.
And this is a long question, and we have 3 minutes left. Why is it, do you think, that when someone dies who's part of a community or a settlement, that's when they allow you to do things?
It's a hard question, We need to do it before someone dies.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. All right.
But if we didn't manage before, so at least we managed after. So if the government understood it after, it's better than nothing. We hope that everyone will understand what we need to do before someone dies. And by that time, we won't have any more injured people in Gaza or in Israel and any places in all of the world, and everyone will be safe. B'ezrat Hashem.
Amen.
Hope. B'ezrat Hashem.
Amen. Yes.
One
more quick question. Is there a regular bus? Like
no. We don't have buses. We don't have buses if you want to take a bus, but if you come with a group, so you can take a bus to Homesh.
But there are no nearby bus stops?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
We will have
Well, we really want to thank you for giving up part of your evening. I'm sure your children are a little dismayed, but it's been wonderful having you, and we wish you all the good. B'ezrat Hashem, it will continue and it will exceed what it was in 1980.
So thank you very much for having me, and I'm waiting and looking forward to see you all in Homesh, B'ezrat Hashem. Thank you very much, and have a good day.
Thank you. Thank you to all of